instead, and then just get one of them.
And this means that if you pick the Aurora first and you're planning on putting it topside, you're going to have to play it into the Rumble. So this means that maybe Faker will play it, or we'll see how the matchup goes. It's not an auto loss against Rumble necessarily because it's a ranged matchup. You can buy a lot of space and distance with the weirding. We will see how that plays out, but I expect that the Rumble will come through here unless they have something else in mind. I mean, they left this Aurora up for a reason, and we're going to find out what that is. Or we won't, and we'll be really disappointed. But I expect that we're about to find out. Rumble comes first.
It is technically not a good matchup into the Rumble, as you say, according to SoloQ statistics that I have in front of me, Wolf. That's all I have really to go on. 47% win rate over 200 games, or something like that. As that is just Rumble Yone, just smashed right down, straight in there for NONGSHIM. And we'll see what Faker is going to do with a face-up mid-lane choice here for Fisher.
Yeah, I mean, they just went straight into solo lanes here. They're going to leave the AD carry picks and the bottom picks just in general for last, which is you expect on red side from a team like NONGSHIM Red Force. Senna, looking like it might just get locked in here early. It might go Senna Ornn and say we've got a strong bottom lane. We have great scaling with this. And when you put up the Aurora ultimate, the Ornn value also goes up in that circle there to be able to set up the Ornn Horn. The Ornn Horn can then set up Zeus closing the gap and putting the ultimate down. So definitely some inherent synergy there, but it does mean that you're blinding a relatively counterable bottom lane. The cool thing about this, though, is on red side, there's only one pick left. Could be also bottom here farming as well.
Oh, true. We have seen that in the past, and that is just going to be locked in, of course. Faker did play this in EWC. It's a pretty great effect as well, and it could be
the brothers matchup.
The Wind Brother battle in the mid lane? Is it my SoloQ experience manifesting in the LCK?
Oh, no.
Oh, it is. It's absolutely gorgeous as Lilia, the consideration here for Sylvie, taking a little bit of a leaf out of the Canyon book, or as I like to say, the Umpty book, because he was the Lilia guy before that. Instead, it's going to be a Sylvie special in the Viego.
All the information. They take the Rakan away here, which is fantastic with the setup they already have with Yone and the Rumble. So I like that ban quite a bit. We're going to get an idea here. It's just looking like an Ezreal lock-in here, which means that you're not going to have that much pressure necessarily into the Senna lane, but it is going to be good scaling for later on, as well as some objective poke.
Yeah, it's true. And I think they're almost guaranteed to get Leona if they want it.
Oh.
They don't need to lock away that if they want to lock that one down, just because Leona Senna isn't really a thing.
No, it's not. Also, Kai'Sa feels much worse into Aurora. Ezreal can at least kind of keep away or just shift out, whereas Kai'Sa doesn't really want to go in there at all.
And the Killer Instinct, I believe, is counted as a dash, and that is not necessarily what you want. That is a Hecarim, Wolf.
It's okay, we'll hover past it and play something else, right? Yeah. I was worried for like maybe half a second, but I was like, nah, that won't do it to us.
Wait.
It does start to look like maybe
Wait a second.
Bottom.
Hang on. Who is the king chef of T1? I believe that's Carrier. We might just have the Aurora Senna bottom lane.
Or it's Kennen support. We don't know anything, actually.
Yeah.
I think the Wukong is probably going to be the jungle pick because there's nothing else really that can jungle here, but that's all we really know.
I was kind of expecting the Senna jungle this game, actually. A little bit strange. Well, Rel is going to be considered, and I want to focus on NONGSHIM because that is a composition I understand. We've seen this one many, many times. The idea is hold them in a position, burn them a lot, and then use the ultimate from Mr. Yone to hold them in position even more.
Skooma Yasuo, I think, with Faker playing the Aurora mid, and Zeus is going to go top lane into the Rumble here with this one. Just not happy to play the Aurora into Rumble, keeping this one a little bit close to the chest until the final moments here. And it's really cool to see T1, even on blue side, with the ability to flex all of these champions around. Swapping ends up being kind of counter pick here for them, and that they can still move things around, and the R5 Rel feels like less value than what T1 has been able to kind of rotate around. Kennen ultimate inside of an Aurora ultimate with a Wukong on top.
Well, you know. See how it works. We hop into the Rift. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I will catch you up. Faker is currently on a 6-game winning streak in SoloQ. One of those games includes Aurora, and prior to his more recent loss, which was just a game of Arena, he actually won again on the Aurora as well. So he's on a bit of a tear as far as the SoloQ performance is concerned.
That's good to know.
And we'll see whether he can leverage that. Same can be said for Zeus on the Aurora, so it was 100% a flex pick. Haven't checked Carrier, but I assume he's probably also playing it because he generally just plays mid in SoloQ, if you have a look. I don't know whether that's still the case, but it certainly was a while back.
Yeah, the Faker playing this matchup, as we look like we might have a bit of a potential lane swap here.
Okay.
Yeah, looking like that's going to be the case, so trying to get some big advantages early. The matchup with the Aurora into the Yone is quite interesting because of her ability to trade with max health with her passive. She can actually, you know, kind of take a hit and then trade really well with it and then buy some space with weirding as well. We'll see how this matchup plays out.
The weirding jump back thing is actually pretty handy. Is Zeus actually able to get a minion here?
I didn't check the number on the CS and like...
Neither did I.
I want to say the
not in my universe, Wolf.
Yeah, the swing of the sword of the melee minion might have been a little bit slower. Maybe he got it. Like, maybe he got it. I'm just going to keep that, you know,
in the back of your mind.
I'm just going to keep it open that maybe Zeus, in fact, did hit that cannon.
This is what Jonah Strong needs to do. He needs to just make sure that he keeps it a mystery every single time. And then we just won't know. We won't need to type -1 in the chat. Stop typing -1 in the chat, guys. We don't know. Okay?
Yeah, minus question mark?
Yeah, exactly. -1 question.
I
I feel like today has been a little bit of a topsy-turvy one. As Carrier is going to face check here. He had the sweeper, so he had the information, but not a whole lot of options. Uses the heal, uses the piercing darkness, and he gets himself out of there. Gumayusi, on the other hand, having to deal with a lot of different people. The ulti comes through, and that is going to be the execution, and that is first blood, followed swiftly from the escape by Carrier.
He was kind of SoloQ Yasuoing right there.
Gonna be able to take some grubs. Vital gets the information that the grubs are being taken and isn't going to be able to stop that from occurring. Unless Mahal comes down, level 8, equalizer in hand. And that could be enough to maybe get one of them, but it looks like Sylvie's just not interested. And Faker, because of that roam that Fisher had, and as you can see in the gold, right, T1, they do lose first blood, but doesn't seem to be too much of an issue here. Still almost 1,000 gold in the lead just by how these lanes have been going. And Gumayusi, even though Yasuo... And he is, as Zeus with a fancy footwork here. Yeah, able to sidestep. Sylvie's coming up, though. It's going to be a 2v2 as the equalizer sort of goes begging. An early ulti from Sylvie, but Zeus is going down low, and Mihail able to grab that kill. It's 2-0, but Sylvie will then swiftly be executed. Faker puts him in a circle. Fisher has made his way up as Faker's looking for some Qs. And I don't think Ona's getting out of this one. Faker now might be in trouble, but does have a turret there. And does have to flash after bouncing back with the weirding.
Well, Fisher is everywhere. Atlas. I mean, he had a really rough start to the laning phase, but he is making plays on Fisher with 2 kills on this Yone very early on in the game.
Yeah, really nicely done. Gets the flash out of Faker here as well. So the mid lane could be a little bit more dangerous for the GOAT. So, even if he wasn't the guy that came up with the whole theory of gravity.
He figured out, do you think if Galileo was alive
He probably also figured it out.
Do you think he would be able to identify NONGSHIM and DRX fell in the standings at the exact same speed? All right, here we go.
He probably would. He's got the calculation for it. Do we have the calculations for whether or not NONGSHIM should go for this fight, though? That's the real question. As, all right, I think Fisher's saying yes. That's a Magnus Storm that tries to get in there. But Gumayushi's also going to be able to execute the Kai'Sa. Down goes the Rift Herald, but can they keep themselves alive in the fight? That's the question. As Faker and Fisher fighting this one out. Ona does get stunned up. That's going to stop the rest of the battle, but T1 finding a pretty good angle in that one.
Yeah, pretty nice angle there. Fisher getting, or rather, Jiwoo getting taken out, and very close fight. I feel like NONGSHIM, if they get a better angle there, maybe this is a winnable fight. For the fight, I think we could have actually seen a very different fight had Zeus wanted to go in, but decides to let T1 clean up without him. A lot of the time you see that from, but she's often the north side of the map right now in this meta.
Yeah. I reckon we could probably go for that one.
Because he will just get stunned by the cannon if he decides to opt in, so Just kind of a, okay, they're backing away. Maybe he will TP in. NONGSHIM really want this Dragons, Ocean and Chemtech, so the Soul's going to be valuable. Here comes Jiwoo on the side.
Double teleports in as well as Jiwoo really, Faker just looking for him. You can tell what they're looking for, but there is the Dragon taken down by Ona. Circle goes down, Fisher's health bar is melted, but it's T1 that are lying on the ground. Faker taken down, and NONGSHIM, they wipe them all!
Oh man, this is a disaster for T1. It looked so good. The Aurora ult goes down. And they also have a pretty nice setup for the ultimate for Guma. There's just too much damage in this comp here for NONGSHIM. Vitals re-engage as well, very clean. And that's not only going to be the Dragon goes over, it's not the team fight win only, it's going to be the turret taken as well, and inner turret. Yeah, I'm like really struggling to get these words out here because I'm so shocked by NONGSHIM potentially giving us our second upset of the day here. Remember, this match matters for T1. We talked about their easy. It's been kind of a team effort all around, but he's been super active on the map, non-stop here. Bottom lane, top lane, now on this bottom side play into Zeus, getting the flash set up for fights. And you know what? They are just going to start the Baron because look at how much control they have. Look at T1. They can't see anything.
What are they going to be able to do? They're going to walk in over a billion different versions of vision, and they witness the fact that the Baron's going down, but it's just going to... Oh, Ona almost gets in there. The equalizer is going to stop him from getting out, though, and the fate is going to be sealed. Gumayushi tried to dive in, but he's just going to get out via the Death Chamber. Faker now bouncing around the circle, and Fisher will fall down. Faker's still at full health, but can he actually do it? He bounces over the wall, and he'll just base gate his way to safety? I don't think so. That's going to be Sylvie finding him, and he's not able to get out enough funny business to survive. That's another ace!
That's the game, I think. That's NONGSHIM picking up the Baron, getting a full ace, and T1 just trickling in because they wanted to stop the Baron. They didn't have vision. They had to try to do something.
Trying to get even more pressure. And it is all of a sudden a 7,000 gold lead and counting. It is a 4,000 gold Red Bull Baron power play. Equalizer goes down onto the turret just to buy them some space.
They do need to play really respectfully, though, of the combos Guma gets set up here. Also, Faker's ultimate is still incredibly potent, and it's on a super low cooldown.
Oh, in goes Fisher, looks for an angle, doesn't quite get it.
They're kind of tunneling on this turret. They're a little bit overextended.
Yeah, Vital is going to get picked off. Faker just puts him in the circle and executes him.
Yeah, a bit of a awkward moment here for NONGSHIM. The equalizer, very low value, and once that's down, T1 feel very confident to actually look for a pick there as they're a little bit split, and then they're all grouped in one lane, so there's no secondary lane pushing. You did see Mihail after the equalizer go mid, but he doesn't get any pressure done there, so they will still walk away with this Dragon. It's Hextech Soul, which is massive, obviously, especially with the lead they have.
He's dashing away, Zeus, looking for a little bit of an angle, but this might be the inner turret falling now for NONGSHIM. It's been their prize for quite some time that they've been looking for, and there it goes. NONGSHIM secure it. And now with all of this control of the bottom side, it is 3.5 minutes until the next Dragon, but that is Soul Point and Hextech Soul available. I mean, if there's a win condition when it comes from the Dragon Pit, it is certainly Hextech Soul or the Elder that are really up there.
Yeah, they're the big ones. I mean, Infernal's pretty good, and NONGSHIM need to be really careful about clearing wards, like we saw KT do in the previous series. And Mihail,
there's an equalizer. Ona does go into his Warrior Trickster, but I don't even know whether it's going to be enough. He's healed, but the Magnus Storm from Vital, and they just get into the backline and execute him. Gumayushi is real tired, and he will be taken down. The flash out from Jiwoo gets him to safety, and 2 on the floor here for T1.
Yeah, and Fisher's still pushing top side here. A lot of pressure on these inhibitor turrets now. T1 losing a lot of farm, and Fisher fishing, but isn't going to find anything.
Not quite yet. There is the flash forward from Faker, and he's just going to kill Jiwoo. Bye-bye, Jiwoo.
That was a clean play from Faker.
Yep, you're not allowed to be an AD carry when Aurora is on the rift.
Yeah, that was a, again, not a... They used this flash forward. Yeah, that's also what it is. True.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that it can be multiple things. All right, NONGSHIM starting off yet another Baron, and Mihail with these harpoons able to keep Carrier at bay. This is just gone. There is nothing they can do about it. The equalizer comes in just to make sure, and there's the dash forward from Fisher. He just executes Carrier in the backline. Zeus is also going to try and do something, but he melts. And that is all of the kills, all of the time for NONGSHIM. More of them raining through as Gumayushi trying to dash around, but his brother will take him out of the fight. And now T1 once again, a clean ace. And NONGSHIM are just playing better.
Yep, they certainly are. The draft was pretty eclectic from T1. I definitely think it could have worked out, but it just got completely owned by this Rumble pick. They took the Aurora, and it'll be the first loss of Aurora here in the LCK. NONGSHIM with a huge upset win. If you're a T1 fan, this is not what you wanted to see on Faker's return here in Week 8. As NONGSHIM take them out in the first game. Easy strength of schedule, but NONGSHIM say, who said easy? Easy